Hey guys, welcome back to Black Magic Craft. Today I want to share with you a really cool new community product, or actually really project, and that is BEXIM'S BAZAAR, the Gaming Crafters magazine. Over the past couple of years, the community around tabletop crafting, specifically that for tabletop role-playing games, has really exploded. Communities on Facebook are getting huge. There are tons of awesome channels on YouTube dedicated to the hobby. But one result of that explosion and these new platforms like Facebook and YouTube is that the classic way of delivering information about a hobby, magazines and articles, has kind of gone the way of the dinosaur. Even stuff like blogs and online articles have really started to dwindle as people favor more quickly consumable media like YouTube. And that's a real shame, because there's something really special about articles and something really, really nice about flipping through a magazine dedicated to something that you love. I grew up loving magazines. When I was a teenager, my face was always buried deep in either a horror movie magazine, a music production magazine, or ironically enough, a magazine called Bizarre. Bizarre, not Bazaar. You guys remember that magazine? I kind of miss those days. So I was really, really excited when I found out about this project, and when I was asked to contribute, I very quickly jumped on the opportunity. This is the brainchild, the pet project of Jim the Tabletop Engineer, another fellow YouTuber. If you don't know his channel, check it out. I'll link it up there in the video description. He is a writer by trade. I believe that is his background, and he decided to take some of the articles that he had written and form a magazine and get a bunch of contributors from the community to add to it. And that's really exciting, because nothing like this for our hobby, especially so specific to our niche of the hobby, exists. Now, I'm holding a paper copy. Before you get too excited, this isn't a magazine that's going to be on your newsstand that you can pick up and physically read. This is a digital magazine. It's a subscription service through Patreon. It's $2 a month. You get one issue per month, and they're hefty and growing. I have a paper copy because it's more practical to show in a video rather than flipping through a screen share of a PDF. It is available print on demand, but it's really expensive. Print on demand services for stuff like this is pricey. I think it's like $16 or something, and like none of that money actually goes to the creators, just goes in the printing service's hands. So if you really, really, really want to get a physical copy, you can, but the real idea is to subscribe via Patreon and get the PDF download. Back issues will be also available on DriveThruRPG for $3 a month. So if you decide to subscribe later or now and you want to get the first issue, whatever, you can do that. Anyway, without further ado, I thought I would just take a few minutes with you guys to do a quick flip through of this really cool magazine to show you what it's all about, because it's really exciting to me. And this is a project I'd really like to support, and I would really like to see do very, very well. Let's take a look. So on the cover, we have a really cool setup by the craft father himself, DM Scotty, with a little custom DM Scotty miniature, which is really neat. And hey, something by this Black Magic Craft guy. He's all right. So inside, just like any magazine, there are some advertisements, because advertisements are a big part of making magazines possible. The nice thing is that all the ads in here are kind of community based and things that are totally of interest to people in the hobby. Like here you got an ad for Quest Givers. This is the new channel from DM Scotty and the DMG Info. They kind of stepped away from crafting tutorials for a while. This is their new venture, writing modules and doing videos to help you run your game better. So go check that out. Got a nice introduction from Jim the Tabletop Engineer, table of contents. A nice letter from DM Scotty himself. And here, the Dented Helm, Adventurers Needed. This is basically a bulletin board plot hook, you know, something your adventuring party could find in the town square, something to start you off for, you know, a night of gaming. Got a tiny dungeon. Right here is a little old school map style dungeon with a couple rooms. Really neat. I don't know if this is a randomly map created using Donjon. I don't know if it's randomly generated and then he filled in the details, but there, a nice little simple dungeon. Got an article here by tabletop engineer James. I always call him Jim. Should I not be calling him Jim? Is it James? I think he goes by both, so I don't know. Jim James, tabletop engineer, a Frost Grave primer. And this is really helpful. You know, if you're unfamiliar with the game, this is a basic one-page what you need to know to get started, which is perfect for me because I'm just about to start trying my hand at Frostgrave with some of my players in between other games because we've been having a hard time scheduling D&D and we're looking for other things to play in between. So that is really helpful. And after that, a nice Frostgrave scenario. This is by another contributor here. Monthly magic items, I think that's in every issue. Then here, ooh, look at this. Isn't this nice? You may have remembered my video on these tentacle monsters I made, an original monster that I never statted out at the time of the video. Well, I officially did that. I made 5e stats for this thing, ended up calling them flesh skinners, and, you know, tried to make it look like it came out of the monster manual itself. I'm pretty happy with the way this turned out. So if you want to run these in your game, here are the stats. And what's really cool is that I got my friend Hankerin Ferinale from Runehammer Games to convert my monster into ICRPG stats in case you play that wicked awesome game. So this is really cool. I'm really proud of this. Ooh, who's that ugly fellow? That's my advertisement. See, the ads aren't all so bad. And here, a nice article about, it's kind of the bit of a history of paper dungeon tiles. And this is really nice. This is a little throwback written by a guy, you know, who's been around for quite a while with some neat pictures of some old dungeon tiles. Look at these old school dungeon tiles. Really neat. Old classic Advertisements, 1983 battle mat. And people have been pushing battle mats for a long time. Here you have a Trina's Trinkets. I think this is another monthly thing that is going to be in every issue, and it's a roll table for trinkets. This looks like an ad for a used bookstore, but it's actually, I think, an ad for a fake used bookstore, and it's just a bunch of titles of books you might find in your game. So let's say your party is exploring somewhere and there's a library, and what is the book they pick up? Well, it's Death Spells of the Beneath by Rictus the Dark. And here we have a article using project bricks. You know, you see these at Michael's and various stores. Build a Coliseum. Really nice little article there. Sometimes it's nice, you know, to be able to sit and read and look at pictures rather than watching a video and have to pause it all the time. Now this is really nice. This showcases the importance of a magazine like this. It's some community projects, which is really cool. And we got a study in string. Now this is the kind of thing that is so ridiculous, it's awesome. Someone, James Critchley, spent a lot of time testing out and working with string to do different cool things like a magic rope, a net. I believe that was a submission in one of the Tabletop Crafters Guild builds, and I think this too. James Critchley has had a good showing in several of the guild build competitions. I can't remember if he's won any, but he's definitely made it to the finals and always puts cool things in there. What is this? We have some more roll tables. There's a door. Yeah, cool roll tables to see what the door is all about. Dungeon crawlers. This is another article. I don't actually know what this is. I think this is actually a story. It looks more like a short story. I haven't read it yet. True Tiles, Wylox, 3D printable tile system. Now this is the article that I think really stands out for me in this magazine. It's an introduction to papercraft terrain. I've built so much stuff, but I've never done papercraft, and I have a few Fat Dragon ones from crates that I've got that I'd like to put together, but it's a whole different ballgame. There's a lot of simple tips and tricks that you need to know doing paper craft. It's a different medium, and this article is super helpful, teaches you the basics, some nice, easy to follow pictures. This is awesome and very useful to me. Very in-depth article. We got a map by Brian Swift, ads for a bunch of channels, 10 reasons to play skirmish war games with your kids. This is really neat. So many of us are looking to introduce our kids to the things that we love, the hobbies that we play. Gaming keeps families together. It's a great bonding thing, and this is a nice little article as to why it's a very positive thing to play war games specifically with your children. Runehammer advertisement. We got another custom monster here, and here we have another article by another Guild Master V from the Crafting Muse. This again is about, I believe, playing games with your kids. I think, yeah. Fat Dragon Games ad. This is neat. A basics of crafting with Tinkercad. So for those of you who are looking to get into 3D modeling, nice little basic primer here. Really nice, easy to follow pictures. Going further into 3D modeling, how to model a 3D miniature base. Some advertisements. Of course, the Lego Mumbo Jumbo, the open game license, because of all the stat blocks using Wizards stuff. A map, and oh, there's Patreon subscribers. I didn't realize that was in there, so you get your name in the back of the book. All put together by the Tabletop engineer. Again, this is so friggin' cool. I'm really happy that this exists. I think it's a really positive thing for the hobby and for the community, and I would really, really, really love to see it flourish and get really, really successful and popular. Again, I have the print-on-demand paper copy, which is fairly expensive to get printed, but you can get the PDF for $2 a month. That's the subscription cost. It comes out every month. Issue 1 is already like 80 pages, and it's looking like it's just getting bigger and better because a lot of people want to contribute to it, and you have a lot of big names in the hobby contributing to it, as well as phenomenal community members. So I will put links in the video description below where you can, one, check out Jim's channel, because I think you should, and to the Patreon where you can subscribe. And I will also put a link to DriveThruRPG where you can get one-off issues and back issues. So to James, Jim, James, thank you for putting this together. Thank you for asking me to be a part of it. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments section below. Are you excited about something like this? Is this good? Is this needed? Are magazines too old school for you? Let me know what you think. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. Give the community some love and sign up today. All right, guys, peace.